Animation started around 1994 with Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, and that was on Cartoon Network. Well, syndication, it was on Cartoon Network in the mid to late 90s, and so that was a huge success. And after that, Yu Hakusho was on TV, and then we've had other shows like Full Metal Alchemist and Samurai 7, and a lot of anime shows like Case Closed and Burst Angel, a lot of anime shows.
What do you think one of the best ones?
The best story so far, I would say, be Full Metal Alchemist, because as any good story, it's drama, then you have comedy, then you have conflict, and then it's all action. And so everyone that wants just a little, if you know, some people want a little bit of everything, and then kind of like with a lot of the U.S. Movies, that's what they have as well. And so it's like it's a good mixture, and all the stories are self-contained. I mean, if something is hinted at the first episode, you'll find out what they hinted at. And do all of our anime uncut, and so what they get in Japan, we get the digibators or the tapes, we get scripts from them, we translate the scripts, and then we do an English dub of the show. And so it's the essence. We use, you know, the story and everything. So what you see in Japan is translated for an American market.
How long you been doing your work?
That's a tough question because I've been working for the company for about 2 years now. I helped with conventions for about 1 year, and then now I'm doing graphic art for them. Well, that's been another year. Well, my proudest achievement is working on Samurai 7. I'm responsible for all the inserts that go into it, and that's a labor of love because a lot of those are very last minute because of the nature of the translating that needs to be done in those. And I'm just very proud of the way the show turned out. As a result, I'm glad to be able to have contributed for that.
This type of work with animation?
Well, I've been a fan for about, well, I'd like to say well over a decade now, actually. I've been doing it for about 14 years as a fan, and it just started as a labor of love. I started drawing, getting into the culture, and I went to conventions selling my own artwork, doing various things like that, and now that I can be part of the industry, it's nice to be able to contribute into that and make my contribution to a greater
animation work, or how contact-wise?
Usually, actually, it's best to go to an actual convention and talk to someone there. Usually there are knowledgeable people who can help you out into getting into the field. Just bring a resume or portfolio, show them your stuff, and they'll pass it along, and hopefully that gets you into the door. That's how I got in. That's the way to do it.
In your opinion, what's the best animation or something you like the best?
That's a tough one. My love's changed as the shows come out. I think my favorite right now would have to be, gosh, that's a tough one. I like Read or Die right now, and I also like Ghost in the Shell. I like about almost everything that we do as a company. I think one of my favorites has to be Full Metal Alchemist right now. It's just, there's just so much out there. It depends on what I'm in the mood for, since my moods change time to time. And if I'm feeling sad, I might want to watch something more happy. If I'm feeling energetic, I might want to bring something down. And you know, it just depends completely on how I feel at the time.
What do you think of
Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex? I've only seen up to I think the 3rd DVD right now, and I'm very impressed by it. Just the fact that the animation quality is so high and the story quality is right up there. Because a lot of shows nowadays, they have really good animation but really bad story, or the other way around. But this has a very good combination of both great story and great artwork, and that's part of the reason why I like it so much.
Thank you. So, to get all the pieces?
To get everything all together.
Very well done.
Jumpsuit, each individual piece of armor, painstakingly cast. Taken out of
living off of it since 1994. My best work? Well, I'm best known for She, my own creation, and that's pretty much the lion's share of what I've been doing. I've actually hired artists that work for me that have done She with my publishing company. And this year, like I said, it looks like I'll be doing some cool projects with Marvel
Architecture, pretty much anywhere the 3D is used, you'll find our graduates working. School, so we want to train people in how to do this. Years and years ago, back when the video toaster was a big deal, I learned how to use it. I got a job on Babylon 5, then I worked on Star Trek Voyager at a company called Foundation Imaging, and then came out to Orlando to start a school, and that was 5 years ago, and we've been here ever since. Oh, I love it. It's great. Honestly, it's on that monitor right now. It's called NASA SEALs, and it is a driven action-adventure space movie that was made by a group of students and graduates of the Dave School.
Second day.
Cosplaying Roy Mustang from Fullmetal Alchemist, and I'm Yago cosplaying Maze Hughes.
We need you to report to the actor booth.
I love the calendar, the paparazzi. Go for it, guys. Just as neat with that strange guy in the middle.
Hi, I'm Luke Peterschmidt. I'm working for Playmates on the Marvel Battle Dice project. It is a collectible game that uses small pre-painted figures, although this one is one of the Chase clear figures, put inside the pop dice, which when you squeeze the sides, they open up. The game takes about 10, 12 minutes to play, about 5 minutes to learn, but although it's playable by a pretty young audience, you can take out some rules, it's playable by me at a highly competitive level. I will beat you until you get to be as good as I am.
How long you been doing?
I've been doing game design for about 13 or 14 years and marketing it for about 10. Most of this game design was done by a man named Matt Corbeck. I helped with design, but he did all the pieces themselves and all the dice themselves, special powers.
Thank you.
Thanks.
First Imperial Costuming Club. We've been around for 9 years now. Started in North Carolina and it spread across the United States, Europe, Asia, Australia, all over the world. We have over just about 4,000 members and it's growing every day. We do charity events, children's hospital visits. We do things for Lucasfilm themselves. We've recently been recognized by Lucasfilm by having them the Battlefront 2 video game. They created made the 501st Legion the stars of the game, and we've been in Star Wars books. So we're real excited about that. It kind of recognizes the fans for what we're doing. And we go around wearing costumes that we've created, designed, built from our own hands in many, many cases. And just a lot of fun showing our love and appreciation for Star Wars in a tangible way.
How long you been doing this?
I've been doing it personally for about 4 years now. So
you have fun doing it? I mean,
I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun at the same time.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, Japan for probably about 4 years. Basically, it's an online Japanese language site for learning Japanese. And there's also an online Japanese language topic show called the Japanese Topics Mania, which is something new that we're just starting to do. And here's our Japanese from 0-1 book. It's 1 in 5 series, and basically this book, starting from the very beginning, builds off the writing system. You learn everything from pronunciation, especially beginners.
Hi, we've been coming to conventions for a good many years. I can't even count, but the reason why we started is because we like to bring the products, we like to bring this sort of thing from Japan over to the United States, and we like servicing all the people because we like the looks on the people's faces when they come in and they see the thing that they could never get, and then we sell it to them and they're like as happy as can be, and that's pretty much why we do what we do.
So how you start on this?
I started myself a few years ago. I had a friend who knew the owner of this stand, and they asked me, and I do this purely, I volunteer. I don't get paid to do this because I just like to do it, And they get me into the convention, and I help them out for the weekend, and it gives me a great pleasure to help people out like that.
So also you're a fan?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. I like all kinds of stuff. I'm mostly a science fiction fan. I like Star Wars and Firefly and Stargate and stuff like that. X-Files is a great show. I love X-Files too. And as far as anime goes, yeah, I'm a pretty good fan of anime. I'm not so much in the series, more so in the movies. Like I love. Could you? Yeah, it's always really fun to be with a lot of people that are fans of the same thing, you know, because I really feel that we're welcome, you know, like everybody is a friend in this place. So that's that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is for J-House Rock Entertainment. What we have going on here is we sponsor a band called Disperse Ray. We're promoting the Disperse Ray in the United States, and this weekend at MegaCon, for the first time in Florida. It's a music that's kind of heavy, metal, goth style, so I think it will appeal to a lot of people.
Then how long you been doing this?
We've been promoting Japanese bands for about 4 years, 4 to 5 years.
You like the music?
Personally, yes, I like the music very much, or else I would be in this type of business.
Thank you. How long took you to make your costumes, guys?
A month and a half.
Took me about 2 weeks.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah? I pressed. Stop.
Because of Universal, Lost in Space, Mark Goddard, Dr. Smith, the whole gang. I got to meet Dr. Smith himself, made my week and day. So that's why I go.
Thank you.
I'm Nia. I'm from Fruits Basket. Got our costumes actually from Hong Kong.
My 4th MegaCon.
So any different?
Keeps getting more fun every year.
Thanks. Thanks. To get your costume.
It took me about 300 hours.
Really well done.
The Bloody Mary, the comic book Bloody Mary is about the story Bloody Mary from her perspective. A comic book, for a comic book.
How long you been?
All my life. With Bloody Mary, as a graphic artist before the comic book.
So you tell me about the story of the comic strip.
Well, she wakes up from the grave not knowing exactly what's going on with her life. Pretty much it's from a perspective of the character, so yeah, you're trying to determine what's going on in her life. It's a mystery throughout most of the story, and eventually it evolves to where you see what is happening. And the first 8 issues are her origin storyline. And by the end of the 8 issues, you'll know exactly what's going on, and we'll have spin-off stories from there.
Thank you. Go ahead.
My name's CJ Collins. I'm cosplaying Cloud Strafe with the sword. It took me about 2.5 months.
This is your first or?
Second. I cosplayed Bastion Stampede last year.
Your character is from Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy VII. It's a movie that's called Advent Children. It's coming out in America in about 3 months.
Thank you. Guys, how long it took you to make your costume?
It took them about a week to do it.
What about yours?
Many battles. I compiled mine after school in my sewing class for about 3 weeks.
So this is your first MegaCon or you've been before?
I've been to MegaCon 3 times. This is my first cosplay, yes.
This is your first one?
My very first one, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks.
I've been working for Hash Incorporated for 8 years.
So you know really well the software?
The best animator out there, so I do know the software, but my stuff's not pretty. But I'm a fabulous demonstrator. 1987, our first 3D animation program we ported to, or the computer we ported to, was the Amiga. Our first animation program came out on the Amiga. It was probably one of the best cel-shaded or anime-style movie I've seen come from Animation Master. Comes actually straight from Japan, Tokyo University. It's called Maho Yuji, or Magical Witchland. As far as anime goes, it's called Maho Yuji.
straight out of our render. Look at that, we got product. They're gonna be flying out of the booth now. All right, so how we actually do the anime style here inside of Animation Master, just like every other feature here, very straightforward. We're gonna choose a model here to go ahead and create a little anime with. Let's go up a directory here. Anime, right there. We'll choose Mika. All right, we have a classic anime character here. Big colorful eyes, colorful hair, small nose, small mouth, very classic. Let's go bring up our properties, get rid of the libraries. So if we want to do cell shading here, converting 3D models to look 2D, you always start off first with a 3D model. You build a 3D model. What we'll do, we'll go Tools, choose Options, and on the Rendering tab, you'll see a Toon Render. We simply turn it on. All right, now I'll do a quick render right in the scene. The Toon Render flattens that 3D image, puts thick toon outlines around it. Now this is all default settings, so you never particularly see toon lines around anime characters that thick in anime. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the toon lines area. The default's 1.5. I'm going to make this something a little more subtle here, maybe like a 0.5.
Thanks, guys. You're from Samurai Champloo, right? Yeah. How long it took you? Really nice. Thanks. Sir. Excuse me. How long it took you to make your costume? Right. 6. The last day of MegaCon.
It slowed down a lot. It was my busiest yesterday.
So you have fun?
Oh yes.
Thank you. Thanks. So what do you think so far of MegaCon?
The people are awesome.
Thanks.
It's fun. Guys, this is like our 3rd year coming here.
About MegaCon. I like MegaCon for its people. The people that come here are really nice. They're very friendly. You know, it's just like meeting old friends, you know, that you haven't seen for a while, and then you can just get together and do stuff, and joke around in general. That's what I like about MegaCon. That's my favorite.
Okay, go ahead.
It's just the coolest convention you can go to. I mean, everybody who likes this stuff can finally go and get together and meet each other.
So you have a great time?
Yeah, it's a nice thing to
So
have a
how
great
long
time
you
at.
been MegaCon?
I've gone probably 3 or 4 times in the last 7 years.
So what do you think about this one, this year?
Probably the best MegaCon ever. The crowds were great, the vendors were great, they had great stars to show up, the gaming section was huge. It's probably the best one they've ever had.
So you have a lot of fun?
I did. I had a lot of good time.
Thank you. Convention. So what do you think of so far of MegaCon?
I love it. It's sexy. I feel like a man. You can see sexy.
They encourage their fans to like jump up and down.
Somebody was saying that they saw a good Joe or Meg somewhere. I said no. I better get to my table before they think I skipped out today.
Well, what I can do. Oh my god, it's Chris! Oh my god,
Again? I think I've got more stuff over there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Despair Ray Global Infection Tour 2006.
He's in New York this weekend. The New York
concert will be starting at 1 p.m. in room 224. They start heading over there now. There's going to be a crowd. There's going to be a line. So let's see. If you're in the room, would you please stop by the certificate of authenticity? Everybody's trying to get all of their books authenticity.
So what do you think of a MegaCon to this point?
It's been a lot of fun. I've never been to a con with a dealer's room this big. This is my first time at MegaCon.
So you have a lot of fun?
Yeah. There hasn't really been a whole lot outside of the dealer's room I've felt to do because I'm mostly an anime fan, not a sci-fi fan or a comic book fan. So there hasn't been a whole lot to do outside the dealer's room. It's been a blast.
For MegaCon's been a blast. This is my second year here. It's definitely been a lot more hectic than last year because we're actually farther away in the hotel. Other than that, it's been a great time. I've had a great time. All the people have been absolutely wonderful.
Let's talk a couple of other things going on. In room 221, the Emerald Rose, those magnificent Celtic flags. Emerald Rose will be performing in
What's your name?
It's wonderful. It's been a really fun this year. So I'm very proud of it.
So how many you been before MegaCons?
This is my third MegaCon. This is the best one yet.
So you're a writer?
Yes.
Science fiction?
Science fiction, fantasy, supernatural, and also inspirational story.
So what's your opinion of this MegaCon?
I think this is the best one they've put on so far that I've been to.
So you having fun?
Oh yeah, great time.
Yeah, this is going to be this is a special one.
I don't know.
Dr. Joey set up for Halo? Yo, win. What? You win. I'm going with it. That's what's up. Yeah. What? Joey set up for Halo? I don't know how it's going to go down right now. You're doing the right thing, right? Yeah. He's the best in Florida, but I'm in New York, so I'm the best in New York man. I've been to see you a while. Ari! Ari! Here. I go over.
And all this.
There's a stop sign with a
Background.
Bah.
Wait, no, wait.
So are you having fun so far?
Yes. Had a lot of
So,
fun.
so anything interesting?
We kind of got kicked out of a lot of the things that were interesting.
Yeah.
It was too packed, and our cart takes up a lot of space.
Yeah, I have a cart.
It makes a lot of noise.
So what type of animation you watch or seen before?
I like a lot of like sword and sorcery, like Orphan, Record of Lotus War, all that kind of stuff.
Screaming, man. I like mecha too.
What about yourself?
I don't like makeup, but I like sword and sorcery. It's good.
Yep.
Yeah, me and Sherman are doing Japanese rookie Mars for the past 3 years.
Really? Sweet, man. I'm doing a solo solo where I work at.
Last day of MegaCon.
So been hit.
I think it was
So that's animation glove. So you could check the schedule, those.
See you on it?
You double check, press the record.
Yeah.